Well, good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon, good early evening, something like that. It is Thanksgiving Eve, so everybody have a happy Thanksgiving. Been absent for a couple weeks here, and it's because I've both been busy with some work I needed to get done, and we've been doing quite a bit with Dillon Swager conversions. I've had quite a few of those that have had to go out the door here in the last few days. And we've been working on the handles for that. I've got the steel handles built for that, and need to finish welding on the little attachment points for my system, and then get them blued. So those are in progress. I know I promised those here a couple weeks ago, but like I say, been kind of busy around here. This is basically just a little shop update since I haven't given you anything, and I wanted to get something out to you. So I'm going to throw a little clip in here. I had shot some stuff on the milling machine, just a couple little accessories. I've got a hanger for the vise on my little tool post there, and something else I don't even remember. But anyway, I'll throw those little clips in there, so you'll see those here next. Now, all right, love what I've done with my hair today. That looks pretty bad. Normally I walk the dog, and I've had a hat on already this morning, whether I've combed my hair or not. Today we didn't walk. It's pouring rain outside, or it has been off and on. Anyway, a little more work on the tool tower here. Got started working on the power drawbar again, and kind of got a little sidetracked. I had a couple things to do, so a little bracketry, and all we're doing is mounting it to the side. Looks to be about here. And all this is a little piece of 1/4 by 1.5 inch, I think it is, and a couple of pieces of 3/8 cold roll that I've bent and drilled the plate and welded them through, so they're going to stay there and do what they're supposed to do. And let's see if we measured this out right. So that mounts there. And then a little piece of UHMW. Set it up and drilled it, counterbored it for a little bit of stainless button heads, and then fly cut it. And we've got this in the completely wrong spot here. Let's try again. I have already fitted where I wanted it to go, and this wasn't it. Now we can take our little piece of UHMW, and it's going to mount right here. And there's our fancy little bracketry. There we go. Doesn't slide, sits on there real nice. On and off easy. Well, there we go. One of our other little things is a work light. I'm not going to get this mounted yet, but this was an old scabby. It was tan on the outside, rusted on the inside. Old clamp-on work light. I've done away with the clamp system, put a new cord on it, sandblasted it, painted it up inside and out. Didn't worry about the socket too much, and put an LED light in it. I'm going to mount this one up here someplace underneath. I'm probably going to wait until I've started casting again, and I'm going to cast up a couple of brackets, just one to clamp on around this bar and run it down there, and on the other end I'll do some sort of a clamp on similar to what was here on the original clamp on light, and we'll do something there, run a piece of probably this size tubing or maybe a little bit smaller down so we can articulate that arm, and we'll mount this on this side of the machine. I'll kind of keep my eyes open. If I find another one of the same thing, why we'll make a second one probably to hang on the other side of the machine. The big thing going on is you're looking at the front of the shop, and you haven't actually seen this view before. This is or in this configuration, I guess you've seen this view kind of. There's a front door, which we always see. I got lots of glare off of it, but anyway, the big news is the planer is inside, so I don't have the overarm on. Now there's the casting bench, or the molding bench, got it down in the corner, and the floors tore up there. I'd wanted to get concrete poured before winter hit, but it seems like winter has hit us. Let's quit doing the hula dance there. It seems like winter has hit us. It's been cold as can be, and so this is what we got. So anyway, got the molding bench down on the ground where we pulled the floor up there, and more of that floor is going. So that's why our view of it looks like we're quite a bit taller than it is, and we actually are. So anyway, here's the planer sitting here, and that doesn't have the overarm back on it yet, but we have it inside, and we've got quite a little. There's the view of the non-working side, just the standard side of it. So we had to tear the wall out. So that's why we're looking at insulation there, as we've just torn that wall out. Now the plan is there's a door going in there, or a big door, whether it's a garage-style door or a sliding farm-style door, I don't know yet. But I was going to go ahead and get that put in too before winter hit, but didn't happen. So anyway, this is what we got. I'm going to put, I don't know if I'll put sheetrock on, if I'll put something up there, if I'll leave it like that for right now. It's going to be fairly warm in here anyway with insulation again, so that's all I'm concerned with. So anyway, the planer's in here. I guess first the molding bench is in here. I got the sand back in it, ran it through the fluffer, started to temper it. I'll have to run it through the fluffer at least once more probably before we get the moisture content on it right. But we'll have it up and running here in the next week or two, hopefully. And the planer's inside. I spent about 2 hours with the pressure washer outside yesterday. I forgot how much fun it is in 30-degree weather to be trying to pressure wash anything off. But got most of the yuck off of it. Still, a few places still got some grease and some crap on them. But now at least we can progress with it. Everything's a little dark on it still. And the bearing surfaces look kind of nasty, but it's basically just a flash rust on there, or a surface rust. We don't have any pitting or anything, so I'm not really concerned with that at all. The table's still kind of ugly, but there again, same thing. I've kind of scraped it off in places with a razor blade and everything. It's not perfect by any means, but there's no pitting or anything on it. And a lot of the really dark stuff that we look on here is just a dry grease basically on there. So it's in real good shape. The plan for it now is I can start puttering with it. I still got to put the bearings in the phase converter and get it rewired. But the plan is I'm just going to start a section at a time. We're going to clean up the bearing surfaces and then try and get rid of any loose paint and crap we've got on there and go ahead and get it painted. And I'll just do it a section at a time. We'll probably start with the top section anyway so that I can get the overarm back on it. Everything with the overarm itself I think is already all cleaned up and repainted and ready to go back together. I think I've got a gearbox there that still has to be finished out, but it's basically ready to go back together. And I'm going to do the same thing with the base and everything. There's still, on that side on the controls, there's still a little bit of grease and crap there that's still going to have to be just handwork more than anything. And we're just going to get as much as we can of it off and cleaned up and smooth before we repaint it. I'm still torn. I said I was going to pull the table, and I believe I still am. I know I'm at least going to lift the table up. I want to check the bearing surfaces, and I want to know what the oiling system's going to do. So that's still actually the plan. So I do plan on still pulling the table, but I'll go ahead tomorrow morning. I'll get around and I'll pressure wash off the overarm. It's still sitting outside. I'll get it pressure washed off and then get it rolled in here so it can dry, and we'll get it cleaned up and ready to mount again. So that's kind of what's going on in the shop. The table on this, like I say, I think I'm going to go ahead and pull it. I wanted to use a little electrolytic rust removal on it to get rid of the rust on the sides of it and stuff. And there again, no pitting, just surface rust from what I see so far. So, but I would like to see underneath the table. I'd like to check the oiling system, see what the ways actually look like. From what I can see, for the most part, they look good. I see one way on the end down here has got a little scarf on it that's just had some grit or something in there that looks like it was a little bit nasty, and I'd like to see what the bottom of the table itself looks like. So, and that way we can clean up a little bit down. The drain pan on the top is really kind of nasty looking. It's just a sheet metal pan that's formed down in there. So anyway, that's kind of a little update. Hopefully I'll get back onto my normal schedule. I'm going to I'll spend the rest of the week and this weekend after the holiday cleaning and reorganizing, because everything's still a mess here. I've shoved everything out of the way. But by next week, hopefully, we'll be back on a normal schedule. I've got a little bit of work to do on the power drawbar for the milling machine and some stuff like that. So there's lots of projects going on, but there again, just trying to get things organized and moving forward and get ready for winter. So anyway, you guys have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll talk at you again next week.